Welcome to this third short presentation on fallacies. In this video, we will look at fallacies of ambiguity. Now, earlier, we have defined a fallacy as an error in logic. As we look at fallacies of ambiguity, we will find that sometimes the person trying to persuade us is deliberately trying to mislead us. That's not really an error, that's a deliberate deception. The first fallacy is ambiguity of equivocation. Some words in the English language have multiple meanings, some denotations, some connotations. Now, a denotation is the dictionary definition of a word, and some words have two or more denotations. A connotation is the emotional meaning that a word can raise in the reader or listener. In our contemporary culture, there are certain words we should avoid because they have hateful connotations. Now, a fallacy of equivocation occurs when a key word is used in an argument or a sales pitch, but the meaning of the word switches within the argument, or a fallacy of equivocation occurs when two words are switched, and I'll show you what that means in a minute. A popular fallacy of equivocation is illustrated in the following. Premise: little children give me a headache. Premise: an aspirin will make a headache go away. Conclusion: therefore an aspirin will make the little children go away. In this example, the word headache is used to mean the same thing as the word children. We know for a fact that people who cannot read do not read. I, as a teacher, have many students who do not read their textbooks. Therefore, I conclude I have many students who cannot read. Again, this is a fallacy of equivocation because I, the teacher, I'm mixing the act of reading with the ability to read. Here's another one. Quote, the people that want you to believe in global warming are basing their position on computer models which predict future weather conditions, comma, but the computer models are only theoretical calculations and cannot be accepted as fact, end quote. In this example, the person uses the term theoretical to suggest that a theory is not a fact. In fact, however, the computer models used by the meteorologists around the planet are using weather facts from the past and using them to predict future climate changes. Okay, the second fallacy of ambiguity for our study was originally called the straw man fallacy. In our contemporary world, we prefer to use the term straw person. Now, the straw person fallacy occurs when someone is arguing against the opposition. The person will take a very complex concept like redistribution of wealth and substitute it with a more simple, taking money from the rich and giving it to the poor. Now, the simpler concept is easier for the person to argue against. Example, President Obama's proposals to Congress have been characterized by Republicans as too ambitious. Well, Mr. Obama responded by saying that his critics wanted to do less. His fallacy was in substituting quantity for quality. We often see straw person fallacies in the world of politics. Major issues like the economy and the military, they're extremely complicated issues. So politicians will simplify their opponent's ideas to make the ideas easier to argue against. Try the following samples. Our bodies need proteins and sugars for the regular maintenance of our health. That's why I eat a Snickers bar for lunch every day. Yes, that's a fallacy of equivocation. Senator Whitewash has proposed cultivating embryonic stem cells from aborted fetuses for research. His opponents fight against him by saying Senator Whitewash wants to use unborn babies for research. Yes, that's a straw person fallacy.